In this video, I'm going to show you my top 10 free fonts. Let's go. Before we get started, let me encourage you, if you haven't already clicked that subscribe button, please do, for plenty more videos like tips, tricks, tutorials, hacks, design ideas, all that kind of stuff you will find here. So hit subscribe and don't forget to hit that notification bell too to get notified whenever I post. So my top 10 free fonts, we're going to open these up in Photoshop and I'm just going to say a little bit about how I use them and what I like about them, and then you can check the description below with all the links for where you can download these. Let's go, number 10. So number 10 is a script font. It's called Gobold, and I use this quite a lot in more of my retro and vintage designs. It's got kind of like script font you would find on shop signs or on billboards, and I like to use this as kind of like an accent font. It really does help like carry that vintage look. Number 9 is a font called Maraxa, and I use this more in kind of like contemporary designs. This is great when you outline it and just use the stroke. This works really well on posters, on print, on social. It's got kind of like an old school, some black letter cues in there, but also very modern and very readable as well. So I love to use this font when it's paired up with a nice, simple sans serif font, and I use this in a lot of print and a lot of social stuff. Number 8, sure you've seen this one before, VCR Mono. This is great if you're trying to do anything that's related to the 80s and 90s, anything to do with like VHS tapes, VCRs, you can make it all using VCR Mono. I've used this for a number of projects. We did a conference a few years back called Forward, and this was the main font, like the fast forward on a VHS player. So this is definitely worth checking out, entirely free for commercial use as well. So download it and use it on your next retro project. Number 7 is called Lerty. This is kind of wavy, a bit like liquid. I've seen people use this for Halloween. I've seen people use this for baptisms. I've used it before to make it look like honey. So there's plenty of things you can do with this display font. It's really handy, great for social, great for merchandise as well, and you can use it for commercial purposes too. So go ahead and download that, check the link in the description, a really, really great font. Number 6 is called Gobold, and this is perfect if you're looking for a big, tall, condensed font. There's a ton of different fonts within this family, and this is perfect for those big headings, those big titles. This works on a number of different things. It could be a video project, it could be print projects or design. Posters work really well with Gobold because it's such a bold and large font. So this is perfect for any project. And I find that if you mix something like Gobold with Gobold, you get a nice kind of contrast between a really strong, bold font and a nice cursive one too. So definitely try using Gobold in a font pairing. It's a really great base font to get started. Number 5 is called Colus or Colus, or however you say that. But this is a great free font that you can use for like titles or for headings. I've seen people use this for like Easter designs. It's really clean. You can space it out nicely, or you can condense it as well. And it just looks really nice on like a plain background or very minimalist designs. This is great for print. This is great for video as well. Like these are great for video titles because it's just so clean and simple. So definitely try this one out, and I look forward to seeing those clean, minimal titles that you're going to create with this. Number 4 is Sinclair, and this is one of my personal favorites at the moment. It's entirely free for commercial and personal use, but this is a great like retro vintage font. It makes a great title, it makes a great display font. I love the little stars where the dots in the eye should be. It just is a really nice, complete, clean font. So definitely use this in your retro designs, use this in your vintage designs, and let me know what you create with it. Number 3 is Montserrat. Now I started using this font about 4 years ago, and I instantly got addicted to it. I started using it in all of my designs. It probably went a little bit over the top. But as soon as you're exposed to this Montserrat world, when you start looking around, you'll see it being used everywhere. And it's because designers love it for its clean lines, its simplicity, and for the fact it's readable as well. It's a very, very readable font. So there's tons of great variations. It can go from thin to black, and all of them work well. And you can use this for titles and for body text, and it works all the way through. Number 2 is Cooper Black. I couldn't go without mentioning one of the world's most famous fonts. This has been around for decades, and it's probably one that's the most accessible to you right now. It's pre-installed in Microsoft Word, and it's also pre-installed in Apple's font book. So you should be able to just go into your computer right now and find this somewhere in your library. Cooper's a great font. It works perfectly on things like vintage designs, on merchandise, on retro stuff. So go and find it in your library. It's probably pre-installed already, and make something cool with it. And then finally, the font that you've all been waiting for, my number 1 favorite free font. It is, of course, Inter. I found this font about a year ago, and it's become like my go-to sans serif font. I use this for pretty much everything. This is like my body text, this is my titles. It looks great when it's like spaced in, when you reduce the kerning. It also looks great when you extend the kerning and make it nice and spaced out. It looks great in thin, it looks great in black. It's one of the most versatile fonts I've found. And little tip is it kind of looks like the Apple San Francisco font. So if you're doing any UI designs, any mock-ups, you can use this entirely free for commercial and personal use, and it won't infringe on any of Apple's copyright. So go ahead and check out Inter. I'm sure it's gonna become one of your favorite fonts. Links in the description, make sure you download it. Like I said, entirely free, commercial and personal, so you're gonna get a lot of use out of this. So those are my top 10 free fonts. Check the description below for links to download all of these, and let me know in the comments which one you're gonna use in your next project. If you're looking for some more premium fonts, check out Toolkit. It's a great resource for creatives. There's tons of design assets on there, but also some really, really good fonts. And you'll see some of my stuff there, so go and take a look. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like. It really does go a long way to helping this channel, and also consider subscribing for plenty more videos like this to come. See you again soon.